Welcome, everyone, to a very special edition of the Hikes Peak podcast. We are joined by none other than New Mexico star linebacker Jaxton Eck. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit the Mountain Man. I really appreciate it. I know we just talked a little bit about your offseason, getting off to a bit of a rocky start with the scapula, but overall, with family and stuff, how's that been going for the offseason?
It's been good. It's been nice to have some time off. Just get a little break from football and spend time with your family. It's kind of like really busy during the season, so you don't have a lot of time for that. So it's been good.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right, so to start things off at the beginning of the year in the preseason, you guys, I know everybody on ESPN and stuff was hyping on the fact that you guys were picked 11th in the preseason points, but you guys were 1 point away from being picked dead last, which I think it really just puts into perspective the incredible season you guys were put together. Putting it together the best season New Mexico has had since 2016. At what point this season did you guys start to figure out, oh, we're not just going to be solid, we're actually going to be one of the best teams in the conference? Was it during spring and fall camp, or did it take wins over UCLA or UNLV to convince you guys that you were for real?
Yeah, I'd say like me personally, and I'd say the team too. We were pretty confident, like just going into the season, that we could be a solid team. We had a lot of belief in all the guys we kind of brought in, and then the guys that were already at New Mexico. But it's kind of hard to tell during like fall camp and spring ball because you're just going up against each other, so you don't really know like how you really stack up against everyone. But I'd say once we got into the season, and then first game we were able to kind of hang with Michigan. Wasn't our best game, but we were able to compete decently. So I think that kind of gave guys more like hope and belief. And then I'd also say, we started out 3-1. We got a big win versus UCLA, but then we started conference play 0-2. So I'd say that was kind of like maybe could have been a breaking point. But I think after that, the way we were able to just keep responding and then rattle off the wins that we did, I think that was kind of when we got those couple wins and responded to that. I think that's when we really knew we could be good.
Absolutely. All right, and you specifically, you had a historic first year in the FBS. You joined Brian Urlacher as the only New Mexico defenders to win Player of the Year honors, and also became the only first-year transfer in Mountain West history to take home the Defensive Player of the Year award. You had a great season at Idaho before arriving in Albuquerque, but what were your expectations for yourself entering this season? Did you anticipate bringing home any hardware?
I'd say I'd say as a player, I have a lot of confidence in myself, and I think it kind of helped having that season at Idaho the year before. Just getting a lot of experience, playing a lot of snaps. So I think it kind of just helped this year the game slow down a little bit. But I also got hip surgery last spring, and I'd kind of been playing with that my first 2 years at Idaho. So I think, although that was like kind of tough having to get that and miss the spring, I think that also kind of gave me some confidence. Like now I'm like healthy, like had a good off season rehabbing, and then had all summer to like, get my speed back and all that stuff. So I felt pretty confident going in with that too, just knowing I'm feeling good. But yeah, I think it's just also a credit to I have a lot of good people around me too here, really good coaches, and then also I think we have a really good D-line and really good team around me, so that helped a lot too.
Yeah, absolutely. So one question I definitely wanted to ask is your dad, Jason, and his metaphors have become very well known now. He's produced some just elite sound bites week after week. So growing up, was he workshopping some of these metaphors on you? And how different is he when he's off the clock versus like when he's head coach versus when he's dad?
Yeah, I'd say he's pretty similar at home. Kind of just a funny guy, fun guy to be around. I'd say pretty like, I don't know if easygoing is the right word, but just kind of keeps it light, keeps it fun, which I think is what he does with the players too. I think he makes like the locker room environment, just the team environment, a fun atmosphere to be a part of. We work hard, but he also does a lot of things to keep it fun and light. So I think that's a good strength of him and just who he is, which I think helps us a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of the Mountain West first team members have been hitting the transfer portal, 11 of them to be exact, over the last few days. There's definitely a lot of money to be made out there this offseason, so I'm wondering what your thoughts are on players like Anthony Calandria and Trey White, guys like that leaving for Power 4 paydays. Did you consider entering the portal again at any point? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak for everyone because everyone's in different situations, and
Hmm.
someone might not have grown up with very much money and has a chance to help their family out. So, I mean, I think that's kind of the good thing about NIL is guys are able to do that.
Hmm.
For me, I just having already transferred once, and just also just having my family here, like it doesn't. I'm just happy where I'm at.
Hmm.
The money's not the most important thing. I could have maybe got more money other places, but uh, I love it here. I love having my family be able to come to every game, and then also I just love the fans we have at New Mexico. Honestly, um, they're so passionate and really supported us this year and believed in us, and then so many good teammates too, good buddies and people that I love to be around. So that kind of is what made it easy for me to stay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so there were so many standout players on your defense, from Keyshawn James Newby off the edge, guys like John Johnson and Austin Brawley in the secondary. With the 2025 season now in the rear view, is there anyone that you think was an unsung hero of your defense, someone whose impact might not have shown up for fans on the stat sheet
Yeah,
necessarily?
for sure. We have a ton of guys. I'd say
Mm,
a few that stick out. I'd say guy playing next to me, Mercury Swaim,
mm,
linebacker. He started kind of the second half of the season, but he played really well. Made my job easy just having him next to me. Was really good at helping communicate what we had to communicate to the defense, and then just made a lot of plays. And then I'd say some of the guys on the D line didn't maybe get the same amount of love. Brett Carhu, he had a ton of
mm.
like TFLs and sacks, ton of production. And then Brian Booker at D tackle. He makes my job easy taking the double teams and stuff. So I could name a bunch more, but those guys for sure.
Absolutely. All right, and then last question here. As you guys head into the 2026 season, the Lobos have more momentum behind the program than there's been in decades. The roster is going to look somewhat different with guys on the defensive line, secondary graduating. But what are you and your teammates' expectations for year two of this Jason Eck era?
Yeah, I think just to keep building it. This was a great like first season, and kind of got a lot of hype around the program, but we don't want that to like go to waste and be a disappointment this next year. So we're just focused on getting better. Excited to see who we can bring in to help bolster the roster, but whoever we got, we're just excited to go to work and hopefully can do even more than what we did this year.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jaxton. Thank you for
Yeah,
taking the time to visit the mountain. We
yeah,
really appreciate it.
appreciate you.